134 players came off the board before him. Teams passed, then passed again, 4 times over. And when Kirill Kaprizov finally hit the NHL, he made them all pay for it. A 5th-round pick with first-round fire, Kaprizov burst onto the scene like a highlight reel on Fast Forward. Rookie of the Year, 3 straight 40-goal seasons, face of a franchise. He went from draft day afterthought to one of the best players in the world. But how does a talent like that fall so far? Let's look back at the 134 names called before Kirill Kaprizov. The stars, the steals, and the spectacular mistakes. Alright, you won't hear many complaints about who went first overall in the 2015 NHL Draft. The Edmonton Oilers hit the jackpot with Connor McDavid, who has since turned into one of the best players of all time, and helped Edmonton grow into a perennial powerhouse. His over 1,000 points tell the story of a true superstar. But the next guy off the board wasn't too shabby either. Jack Eichel started with 6 good seasons in Buffalo before really hitting his stride in Vegas and helping them taste Stanley Cup glory. He has picked up over 600 career points in the process. Next up, Dylan Strome took a while to develop and never quite found his footing in Chicago. His almost 400 career points fall miles behind the 2 players drafted before him, but he has at least rounded into a good contributor in the second half of his career. He hit 20 goals for the first time in the 2021-22 season and has now done it 3 times in a row with the Caps. We're swiftly back to big hit status at pick 4, with Mitch Marner heading to Toronto, where he has stayed ever since. It's no surprise they've kept him around, as Marner has established himself as a supremely talented playmaker, racking up over 200 goals and over 500 assists, which is the second highest in this 2015 draft class. Noah Hanifin was picked by the Carolina Hurricanes at 5, and while lacking the flair and star power of those taken ahead of him, he has established himself as a reliable defenseman, signing an 8-year deal with the Golden Knights in 2024. Picking 6th were the New Jersey Devils, who welcomed Pavel Zacha into the fold. He has since moved to Boston, where he has started to hit his stride. Next up was Ivan Provorov, who has had mixed results throughout his career. He has established himself as a solid defenseman, never reaching the star potential of being a top 10 pick, but definitely not going down as a bust. Zach Werenski was certainly a hit for Columbus at pick 8, emerging as a top-tier defenseman and offering a strong scoring punch from the blue line. The 27-year-old has stuck with the Blue Jackets throughout his entire career and consistently racked up good playing time, culminating in a career-high 27 minutes on ice per game in 2024-25, which has produced a career-high 70-plus point campaign. Timo Meier is another hit at pick 9, offering a power presence with plenty of offensive prowess for the San Jose Sharks and now New Jersey Devils. Mikko Rantanen makes it 3 great picks in a row, heading to the Colorado Avalanche with pick 10. He developed into a scoring machine in Colorado, highlighted by a 3-year stretch that saw him win the Stanley Cup in 2021-22 before sniping a career-high 55 goals 1 year later, and 42 the year after that. He has tallied the 2nd most goals in the 2015 draft class and the 3rd most assists. He goes down as a great draft selection to round out our top 10. On the whole, it has to go down as a pretty good top 10 in the 2015 draft, with more hits than misses, and some truly fantastic selections. In hindsight, Kirill Kaprizov deserves to slot into the top 10 in a redraft, but he isn't the only player who would work his way into the top 10 selections. So let's see what other notable picks there were throughout this 2015 draft. We will start with a negative. The Boston Bruins owned 3 consecutive selections in the first round and managed to mess up 2 of them. Jakub Zboril at 13 and Zachary Senyshyn at 15 both go down as 2 of the biggest busts from the class, combining for just 92 games and 2 goals between them. Both struggled to establish any kind of role, and needless to say, are no longer in the league. Jake DeBrusk was the 14th overall pick for Boston, who has been solid enough, but this trio of picks has gone down in infamy as a massive missed opportunity for Boston. What makes things even more painful for Boston is that Kyle Connor at pick 17 and Thomas Chabot at pick 18 both turned out to be excellent players. Connor has turned out to be one of the best pure goal scorers in the draft, firing in over 280 of them, and Chabot has established himself as a slick skating and reliable defenseman who has been the heartbeat of Ottawa's blue line. Both have been stalwarts for their teams ever since, going down as great values in the middle of the first round. Brock Boeser at pick 23 for the Vancouver Canucks was another great selection, notching over 200 goals and over 400 points for the Canucks in his career so far. The same can be said about Travis Konechny at pick 24 by Philadelphia, who plays the same position as Boeser and is not far behind him with over 190 goals and 470 points with the Flyers. Amazingly though, some of the best picks in this draft came outside of the first round. Sebastian Aho absolutely fits into that category, making his way to Carolina with the 35th overall selection. Expectations were for Aho to develop into a solid two-way forward, only for this guy to turn out to be a franchise cornerstone. He quickly blossomed into one of the league's most reliable and dangerous scorers, racking up over 280 goals and over 340 assists. Roope Hintz was another home run selection in the second round, at pick 49, heading to Dallas, where he has become a truly elite forward. He's big, he's fast, and he can dominate at both ends of the ice. His 7 seasons in the NHL have averaged 25 goals and 28 assists, which is not bad at all for the second round. As the draft wore on, names like Anthony Cirelli and Connor Garland proved to be solid value picks. Cirelli racking up over 280 points as a dependable two-way center. Garland tallying over 290 points in his career so far from the 5th round. But none of them have come close to what Kirill Kaprizov has delivered. Since finally arriving in Minnesota, Kaprizov has averaged a staggering 37 goals and 40 assists per season. He won the Calder Trophy in 2020-21 and hasn't looked back. Highlight after highlight, season after season. He's not just a great late-round pick, he's the blueprint, the gold standard, a reminder that draft position means nothing once the puck drops. So now we ask, where would you take Kaprizov in a 2015 redraft? Top 10? Top 5? First overall? Drop your pick in the comments below.